Curtis, that stupid asshole, he was right underneath me and I didn't know it, so I slid down. Dude, I crushed that kid. I fucking crushed him so hard, dude. So I don't know, soccer really fucking sucked. I think I played soccer the longest because like that was like the first sport I think I played. And I think I played it for like 2 or 3 years or something like that. Like I was just like in elementary school. Like it's not like I was good at it. You know, I was a child. I was in like the Pee Wee Soccer League or whatever. It was fun. To a certain degree, but I hated it. Like it was fun to hang out with my friends and stuff, but like I hated playing soccer. The best part about soccer was when you got your Capri Sun and your oranges at halftime, and then you had to fucking realize that you had to go do another period or whatever. Quarter. I don't know if they were quarters or periods in soccer. I don't even know. I still don't know. My dad told me, it's like he could tell I hate. I think my parents knew I hated it, but they just wanted me to find something I liked, right? My dad told me when I played soccer, he's like, every time you score a goal. Because I don't think I scored a goal like the first like 8 games I played. Because I was so bad. So every time you score a goal, I'll buy you a banana split after the game. I was like, okay, thanks, Dad. And so then like 3 games later, I finally scored. And I think my dad might have forgot about that. Or maybe he just meant during that first game. I don't know. But I took it like every time I scored a goal, the entire time I played soccer, I would get a banana split. It's like 2 or 3 games later. We went out after like halftime. I'm out there doing my thing.
My God.
And I shoot the ball at the goal and I make it.
What did they find down here?
Little did I know we switched sides. I scored on my own goal. The first goal I ever fucking scored, I think. It was like my first or second goal. I scored on my own team. I scored the goal and I finished doing whatever we're doing after I realized what was going on. I wasn't even embarrassed. I was just happy I made a goal. Like, I didn't even really care. I was so little, like, I didn't even... Like, I wasn't, like, tiny. I was probably, like, 8 or 9. I'm guessing. And then I went up to my dad. I think actually I don't even know if I went up to him. I might have just yelled it at him from the side of the. Welcome back, Vertex. I just might have just yelled it at him from the middle of the field. I'm like, do I still get a banana split even though I scored on my own goal? I'm a fucking idiot. I'm such a moron. I don't know what he said. I don't remember. I don't remember getting a banana split though, so I'm not sure. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. I fucking hated playing soccer, man. Oh my god. The best thing that ever happened to me was when I was playing baseball. I was on a baseball team. Actually, I had a similar story that happened twice. I was playing on a baseball team and I fucking hated it, man. I hated baseball. I don't really mind watching baseball. I don't want to go to the games. Like if it's on TV, that is one sport that I'm kind of like at least okay with watching. It's pretty boring, but people don't get like fucking up in arms about it. It's the people around me that really bug me most of the time. Because they're like, yeah, go yell. I'm like, dude, can you just chill the fuck out? But I was playing baseball, and I remember specifically I was in 4th grade for baseball. So however old you are in 4th grade. And it had nothing to do at baseball, but I was at home one day, and I fell off my bed. Now, my bed was really, really high. It was probably like 5 feet off the ground. Like, I had to jump to get in it. Like, when I was a kid, I was, like, up to here on me. Like, it was tall. It wasn't a bunk bed or anything. It was just a tall frame. But then I fell off my bed, broke my arm. And I remember I was downstairs in my room. I think my friend might have been over, too. I was, like, halfway on the bed, and I was, like, throwing a ball over the bed to my friend, and he was throwing it back to me, like a tennis ball. And the dog was just, like, running back and forth on the bed trying to, like, catch the ball. I was, like, monkey in the middle. And, but I had gotten on the bed for some reason, and I just got knocked off. Well, what's happening? But I remember I, like, looked up, like, I came up, my friend's laughing because I fell off the bed, right? Or, like, my dog knocked me off. And I came up, and I just raised up from behind the bed like this. It was just, like, here's the bed, and here's my camera. I just raised up from the bed like this. Like, here's the bed, right? And I just raised up, and I'm like, and my arm is like bent like it looked like a boomerang. And I run upstairs real quick, and he knows it's serious because he can see my arms like deformed. So he knows it's serious. He's like, I gotta go home. So he just left the house. I don't even know what he did. And I look at my mom is like facing away from me. She's like in like the lazy boy watching TV or something, like facing away from me. I don't even know where I'm going because I'm talking. And I'm like, Mom, I broke my arm. And she's like, for like half a second, I don't think she believed me because she couldn't see me yet. So she turns like the lazy boy around. She's like, you didn't break your... Oh my God, get in the car! We're going to the hospital. I was like, okay. And I was beginning to, and I guess my mom told me later, like I was white as a ghost and my arm was like messed up. And so we get to the hospital, I get the cast and whatever. That's all done and taken care of. And then like within a week, a couple days later or something, my dad's like, okay,
This flask belonged to a...
it's time to go to baseball practice. I'm like, what am I gonna do at baseball practice? I'm like in one of those casts, it's like an L. So like goes down my arm and then right to here, and I can't even I have the thing between my thumb too, so I can't even fully grip. I'm like, what am I gonna do with a broken arm? I'm like, what am I gonna? He's like, you're still part of the team. You need to go support your team. Like even if you can't like play or practice, like you need to sit in the bleachers and support them. I was like, okay, like it's my dad. Like what am I gonna say? No. So I was like, okay, whatever. Well, let's go. So we go and I sit on the sidelines, and I think my dad finally realized how long a baseball practice was. It was like 45 minutes or like to an hour and a half of something of just me sitting there watching people on the sidelines. Yeah, you say no. No, Dad, we're not doing this. And then that was my second practice, actually. I might have missed a game somewhere in the middle there while I was like getting my cast on. But that was like really only my second practice. And then like after, on the way home from that practice, my dad's like, are you going to continue to play baseball? Do you like baseball? And he already knew the answer, I'm sure. And I was like, no, I don't like it. He's like, all right, we don't have to go to practices anymore. I don't know what the deal was. I don't know if he talked to the coach and like got a refund. Like, dude, my kid just broke his arm. He's only done one practice. Like, can we get a refund for like signing up for this or something? But I don't know. I think that might be more of what happened. I really don't know if that's what happened or not, but that's... I should ask my dad. He'd tell me now. I wonder what he'd say. I don't know if I ever got the banana split. I don't remember that part. I think what stuck in my mind more I think what stuck in my mind more was just me scoring on my own goal. Like he probably did get me a banana split. I don't know. But I really don't know. So then another time, I think I was in like 7th or 8th grade. I was playing hockey. And I loved hockey. Hockey was probably the sport I was the worst at besides baseball. I was so bad at baseball. But I liked hockey. Hockey was the first sport I liked because I didn't have to run.
There it is.
I mean, you still exercise and stuff, but I didn't have to run. I was on rollerblades. I played roller hockey. So it was like, I don't know, something about it was just different, and I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Was nearly gone.
So when I was playing roller hockey, I played for a whole season, and I remember, let me just explain how bad I was at hockey to you guys. First of all, I had the wrong rollerblades. I just had like normal rollerblades, like that anybody goes and buys, like at the time, probably like at like Toys R Us or something. I think that's actually, I had K2 rollerblades from Toys R Us, I believe. And then, and I had all the pads, and I had the jersey and everything. I mean, I was on the team. But, like, I started looking around after a couple of games. I was like, everyone has, like, these special blades. Like, these special rollerblades. And I think my parents started to realize that, too. They're like, are you wearing the wrong rollerblades? I was like, yeah, I have the wrong rollerblades. Like, they have, like, professional... It's like they're stiffer so you don't, like, roll your ankle or something. Which is hilarious because of what I'm about to tell you. So, whatever. Like, and I was just awful. And so I remember one time, like, we actually had a chance. And like my best friend, one of my best friends at the time, was on the team with me. And he was amazing. He did so good. He was just always, like, athletic and good at sports. Especially hockey is what he played. What's that? So we're all in the locker room. And the coach comes in. And the coach is like, all right, I got one question for you guys. Are we here to have fun? Or are we here to win? And he looks right at me. And I know everyone else is going to say win, so I don't really fucking care either way. So I'm like, win! I'm like, yay, or hoorah, whatever. And he's like, okay, Michael, you're sitting on the bench. I'm like, okay, not a problem. He literally benched me for the whole game. I was like, whatever, dude. Alright, let's just jump on this thing, see what happens. I thought I was going to have to do something else first, but maybe not.
Must
And so
be a
I
way
sat
to
on the
free
bench.
another cart.
And we won. Which is the right move. And then my dad, I think my dad and my mom after the game were like, why didn't you play? I was like, well, the coach asked us if we wanted to win or if we wanted to have fun. And everyone said win. So he benched me.
Must be a way to free
They
another
just
cart.
laughed. They knew I sucked at the game. They knew I sucked. Whatever. You can't play sports that just don't interest me. Yeah, dude, I mean, you missed the first half of this. I hated playing all these sports except for hockey. I somewhat enjoyed, to be honest, but I did not like super care for all of them. But then, just like I broke my arm in hockey, I ended up it was like a game. It was like a later game or something. I don't know what it was. We're sitting there on the sidelines, and they're like, "All right, everyone, switch out. Like, you guys go in. These guys come off the court." And I was like, "Okay." And it was my turn to go in. And all of a sudden, I'm just yelling at my coach. I'm like, "Coach, throw somebody else in there. There's not enough people on the thing. We're a man down." He's like, "What? You're supposed to go out there." I'm like, "I can't. I can't." He's like, "All right, whoever." He just sent someone else out there. Like, "You're in defense. Like, just go out there and play." And my coach comes over to me. He's like, "What happened?" I'm like, I rolled my ankle. He's like, "Weren't you just sitting on the bench?" I was like, "Yeah." I wasn't even playing hockey. I was sitting on the bench and I rolled my ankle. I stood up to go out because it was my turn to go out. And as I stood up, my ankle gave out. I fucking, like, demolished my ankle on the bench. I wasn't even actually playing. And I think my coach was just like, who the fuck is this kid that can't fucking play hockey and then rolls his ankle on the sidelines? It was so bad.
Must be a way to
They had,
free
I think we had to
another
cut the rollerblade off of me because it was so damaged. Like, my ankle was so fucked up. Yeah, I was always more like, I don't mind running around outside, like, but I just wanted to play with my friends. I didn't want to have, like, a structured sport to go, like, hit the ball that way. And honestly, my friends were pretty into sports, so like, a lot of times they'd go to, like, the local, like, the school, like, the playground or whatever. And sometimes we do stuff over there, but sometimes they go to, like, the soccer field to play soccer, like, for fun. I was like, what the fuck? And that was really the only time I didn't, like I purposely was like, I'm not hanging out with you today, you're playing soccer. Like, that does not sound fun at all. Oh my god, and then when I played basketball, I almost said basketball. When I played basketball, have you guys ever seen Basketball? That's a hilarious movie. If you guys like South Park at all, Matt Stone and Trey Parker, they before they did I think it was before they did South Park, they made a movie called Basketball, and you can hear them. They actually use Cartman's voice in that movie too. It's funny. Dude, basketball sucked, dude. I hated playing it. Again, I was totally down to play like Around the World or Pig or Horse or whatever with my friends. But to actually play that sport, dude, I hated
Looks like
it.
they dragged it out of here.
I hated it. But I was at practice, like in some school gym or something. And this guy had a rim shot. Is my ear bleeding? I have blood on me.
An ancient codex.
the hell happened?
Philosophical argument on
I gotta go
the
wash my
virtue of
hands. Give me a
awareness.
second. I'll tell the story, then I'm gonna go wash my hands. So there was some improved survival instincts cause nearby traps to glow automatically. Oh, that's actually really nice. So this one kid, we're like in a line. Like basically, you do a free throw, you go collect your own ball, then you throw it back to the front of the line, and then the next person goes, right? So I'm the second person in line. The guy shoots and he starts running to go get the ball, but it's a rim shot, so it bounces off the rim, comes right back at the line. So it's heading towards me, but it's like probably this high above my head, and it's coming at this angle, so it's gonna hit the kid in the face behind me. Like I know that's gonna happen. And so I just instinctively, like, I'm not very athletic. It's just one of those things that just happened. I just did it right. I just reached up, grabbed the ball, but it was going so fast that when I grabbed it, like, I literally, like, bent backwards, and I felt it hit his forehead. Like, I felt I caught the ball, I had control of the ball, but it was still going so fast that it got the kid in the forehead. And the kid, I turn around, I'm like, are you okay? He's like, dude, okay, he wasn't paying attention, I guess. I didn't know this because I wasn't looking at him. And I have no idea who this kid is. And this kid's like, you just saved my life, dude. You just saved my life. I can't believe you saved my life, man. Like, oh my god, I would have died. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, whatever, dude. It's over. Like, I've always been like, I don't give a shit. I don't know who you are. I don't want to talk to you. Someone did something good. We're okay. Like, whatever. And then it's like, it's over. And then, like, we continued practicing. And this kid kept coming up to me. He's like, dude, you saved my life. Like, I owe you so much. I got to tell my mom and dad. Like, we're like 5th grade or something. I don't know what grade we're in. 5th or 6th grade. I'm like, you can tell your parents. Like, I don't care, dude. So I was thinking about it while I was doing that. Like, I remember hanging out with, like, all my friends as kids. Like, when we were kids. And, I remembered I had this friend named... His name was Boone. B-O-O-N. Like, Daniel Boone. And, he was humongous, dude. I'm not trying to make, like, a fat joke or anything. Like, God knows I'm not skinny. He was just humongous. Like, it was, like, 5th grade... And I swear to God, he was already, like, 5'9". Like, and for a 5th grader, that's fucking tall. And he was huge. He was probably 250 pounds, dude. And we had, at recess, so it was me, my friend James. James was the kid that played hockey with me. The guy that was really good. So it was us two,
as well.
Boone, and this kid Sage. And, dude, they're like some of my best friends all through elementary school, right? We kind of separated a little bit more when we got into high school, but whatever. Yeah, we're just sitting here telling stories. And, dude, they were like my best friends, right? It's like we'd always eat lunch together if we had class together. We never learned a goddamn thing because we were always throwing paper or whatever at each other. What the hell was that jump, Laura? What the fuck was that? Jump left. But I remember, so at recess, we had this huge slide. Oh my god, I just remembered another story. We had this huge metal slide. And of course, it's sitting out there baking in the sun all day. So when you slide down it, if you're not wearing pants, like, you, like, burn your skin off. It was awful. But it was the biggest slide. You know, it was, like, the big kid recess. We would go up the slide, and we would all just, like, it was like King of the Hill, kind of. And we would all try to knock each other off the slide. I mean, and the slide was probably 12 feet tall. I mean, it was tall. So if you actually fell from that... if you actually fell from that, like, you'd get seriously hurt. And I just remember Boone, because he was so tall, he would stand... Dude, he would stand on the side of the slide... And, like, you climb up the ladder and you push the other people in front of you down. And then Boone, he would stand, like, under the slide or next to it. And he would try to grab your leg or something. He would just tear you off this thing. And, dude, I just remember seeing, like, Sage. He would just get... Dude, this motherfucker. He would get so destroyed. Like, Boone would just take him and he would just go flying, like, ragdoll, like Grand Theft Auto physics. Like, he would just ragdoll down to the gravel pit. Oh my god. He'd stand up, all the gravel's, like, stuck in his arm. You know, you have, like, little imprints on your arm and shit. It was so funny, dude. Oh my god. And then, so one time, we were playing this, and this other kid, his name was Curtis. I always called him by his first and last name, but just for... I don't know. Who knows who's gonna see this? I don't want to say his last name, but, like... He was, like, the whitest, redhead, nerdy kid in the world, you know what I mean? Like, just, like, stereotypical, like, I like science. You said boobies. Like, it was just, like, the most stereotypical dorky kid in the world. He was a very nice kid, though. I actually liked the kid. I actually liked him a lot, but he was just so dorky, it's like, I can only be around you for, like, 20 minutes. But every once in a while, he'd kind of hang out with us. And we were playing that slide game one time. And I started climbing up the ladder, and then the bell rang or something. And I was about halfway up, maybe 3/4 of the way up. And the bell rang, so I was like, alright, fuck it. Instead of going up, I'll just slide down the pole. Like, because there's 2 handrails. So I just slid down the pole. Dude, Curtis, that stupid asshole, he was right underneath me and I didn't know it. So I slid down. Dude, I crushed that kid. I fucking crushed him so hard, dude. He's like the wind would fucking destroy this kid, dude. And I just, like, me. And when I was a kid, I was super skinny, like, before like middle school. And so I didn't barely weigh anything. But, like, I landed on him and he just, like, crumpled beneath me, dude. It was so fucking funny. I could not stop laughing. And he was hurt. He was in pain. And so I'm trying to help him because I know it's the right thing to do is to help him. But I was also dying laughing. That motherfucker got destroyed, dude. It was so funny to me. I couldn't help it. Then the teacher, of course, or the recess teacher or whatever, was like, "What happened?" You know, because we're all supposed to, like, when the bell rings, you're supposed to go to, like, the blacktop where the basketball courts are and, like, sit in a line, make sure everyone's there. Then you, like, go in orderly fashion. And everyone's in line except for me and Curtis, because no one else really saw what was going on, or, like, they just went to the line or something. And I'm like, I hurt Curtis. She's like, "What'd you do?" I'm like, "I slid down the slide." But she thought I went that way. And then she's like, "How did you get by the stairs?" I was like, "No, I slid this way." She's like, "You slid that way?" Like, "Why'd you slide?" She's like, and I think she was like, "Whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, is he... Like, take him to the nurse's office." So I was like, "Okay." So we went to the nurse's office. It was fine. I used to get nosebleeds all the time, so I'd always... And the thing was, it wasn't just like a nosebleed. It was like a nosebleed that looks like I'm like I got punched in the face. And it would last for like an hour. Like, I just could not get it to go. You know what, I don't get them often now. But every once in a while, I'll get them. Honestly, I get them when I sleep a lot. I sleep with a fan on, and I think the air circulating, like, dries out my, like, nasal cavities or whatever. And so, like, sometimes I'll wake up and I'm like, my nose is gonna bleed. Like, or it either has started, and then I gotta, like, fucking clean everything up at 3 a.m. or whatever. Or I can feel it about to start. But when I was a kid, dude, it would last for like an hour. Like, I remember my mom, she'd come home sometimes from work, and she's like, you know, she's like, "Hey, I'm home," or whatever. I'm like, "I'm in the bathroom, my nose is bleeding again." She comes in the bathroom, and the sink is just blood. I mean, like, I would always clean it up. But it was just like, while that's happening, like, why even fucking try to clean it? Like, just... Like, it was disgusting, dude. So I'd go to the nurse's office, like, all the time. I would just, like, literally tell my teacher, like, my nose is bleeding again. They're like, "What the hell is going on?" I'm like, "I don't know." Alright, so I can break that somehow. But the nurse was just like, "Yep, go to the sink, you're okay, you can lay down." And the thing that they did, you have very thin blood vessels. I wonder if I have thin blood vessels. I wonder if that's part of it. I don't know. Can I go through that window? The thing is like, she would always just say, "Lay down, tilt your head back," which I hated doing. Because then the blood just, like, rushes down your throat and, like, into your stomach, and then I had to get an upset stomach. It was disgusting. And then I'd have, like, this awful, like, blood clot stuck in my head, somewhere in my head or whatever, and if I sneezed or coughed or something later, like, it would all just start again. I was like, no, I just need to let this, like, I don't know, maybe this is probably not good for everybody, but it worked for me. I just need to let this fucking shit bleed out, and then I'll be done. Like, it'll be done. I hated the blood clots. God, they're so gross. Yeah, see, like, I mean, yeah, they would, like, I would get mine, and it would, like, last. It would probably last, like, you know, 10 minutes at a time, but then, like, 5 minutes later, it'd start again. So, like, I would just basically be, like, I couldn't do anything for, like, about an hour. That's about right. So, yeah, I feel that, man. It sucks. But yeah, the nurse would just be like, "Just lay down and put this cold, wet napkin on your forehead." I'm like, "My forehead? What the fuck is... It's my nose bleeding, not my forehead bleeding. What the fuck does that do?" I don't know. Maybe it does do something. I don't know. I'm not a school nurse. I'm not that educated. Do you even have to be, like, certified to be a school nurse? Like, I imagine you have to be, like, CPR certified. Are they actually nurses? Like, are they... Like, could that school nurse go to a hospital and work at a hospital? There's no way, right? Oh, there's bad guys again? Cool. They're usually RNs.
Not sure. Can't really see. But I just lost...
I guess that makes sense. It just seems like they do so little. Because, like, I remember sometimes when, like, something actually happened at school, like, that required, like, them to go to the doctor. Which I guess this makes sense. But, like, they'd go to the school nurse and just sit in there. And the nurse would do nothing. The nurse did nothing. And then they would just, like, their parents or the ambulance or whatever would come and take them to the hospital. It's like, why even have a school nurse? Like, they don't even do anything. All they do is, like, eat a graham cracker, get something in your stomach, and we'll wait for your parents to pick you up. And here's a wet napkin. Like, that's all they ever did. And I guess that's... I mean, what more do you really want as a kid? I guess you just want to be comforted more than anything. But, like, the school nurse isn't really going to comfort you. I don't know. Yeah, they just seem like... I don't know every school nurse, obviously, so I'm not talking about anyone specific. But, like, They just don't seem like they do much. I don't know. What the hell do I know? I don't do much either, so...